Welcome to Royal Holloway and to today's graduation ceremony. I hope you have a memorable and enjoyable experience which you will look back on in years to come with a great sense of pride. Before we start the ceremony, I have 3 key messages to share with you. As you may expect, we are not expecting a fire alarm. In the very unlikely event of us needing to evacuate our venue, please leave via the nearest exit, which may be behind you, and follow our ushers to assembly points. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Please take a moment now to see where your nearest exit is. In line with our commitment to embed environmental sustainability in all aspects of our operations, our graduation programme is available digitally. You can view the programme using the QR code on screen. You'll be able to follow the ceremony easily as the list of names in the programme should match the order in which our graduands take to the stage. Please also remember to switch off your phones and devices to silent or flight mode. I know that you may want to cheer and applaud, and I want you to know that we strongly embrace that here at Royal Holloway. What I would ask of you, though, is that you cheer and applaud and then quietly pause, so that our next graduand and their supporters can enjoy their moment too. The ceremony is being filmed, and our professional photographers will be taking that all-important photograph of our graduates receiving their scroll. So as much as I know you'll want to capture the moment with your camera, please don't obstruct the view of the people behind you. Thank you and enjoy the ceremony. If you are comfortable to do so, please stand for the arrival of the procession.
Please take your seats. Guests, colleagues, friends, families, supporters, and most importantly, our graduands, welcome. My name is Julie. I'm the Vice-Chancellor and Principal here at Royal Holloway. And on behalf of the university, I am delighted to welcome you on this very important occasion, our graduation ceremony. And it's wonderful to see so many of you gathered here. Whether you're visiting for the first time, returning to this familiar, yet I hope still spectacular place, or watching from around the world on our live stream, you are all warmly welcome. We hope you can enjoy the ceremony, take all the pictures you need, and have a memorable and happy day. Thank you so much for being part of things. Graduates from the School of Humanities will be presented at this ceremony. The first group of graduates are those who have been awarded a master's degree, followed by students with Doctor of Philosophy degrees. And with great pleasure, I now welcome the Executive Dean of the School of Humanities, Professor Giuliani Pieri.
Today, we gather to celebrate you, our master students and PhD researchers. Postgraduate research at any level demands passion, dedication, academic rigor, and a blend of personal and professional skills, including resilience, tenacity, talent, and determination. This is quite a list of accomplishments. So well done to you all. We're incredibly proud of your achievements. The skills and knowledge you have gained while studying with us are powerful tools for both personal advancement and enacting change in the world. At Royal Holloway, we believe in the engaged humanities, where we actively contribute to social and cultural change. So I encourage you to take the lessons you've learned and make a positive impact in the world. The values-led impact of the humanities is something we are passionate about at Royal Holloway. It is part of being active players in the intellectual and societal mission of Royal Holloway as a university of social purpose. While there are too many examples of our impactful work to cover in a brief speech, I will highlight 4 recent achievements by staff members and by recent graduates. Firstly, James Clifford Kent's work is currently on display at the National Portrait Gallery in London. One of his photographs, documenting daily struggles and resilience during Cuba's economic crisis, was selected for the Taylor Wessing Photo Portrait Prize exhibition. Professor Hannah Thompson leads an interdisciplinary research project called the Sensational Museum, which involves academics in critical disability studies, psychology, design, and museum studies. She's working with a range of museum sector and disability advocacy partners to explore what happens when museums move away from site-focused ways of doing things towards a multi-sensory approach to both collections management and visitor experience. A team from the Department of History is leading a project to chart the struggle for rights and representation from Magna Carta to the present. This collaborative research and schools engagement project, in partnership with Exam Board AQA and 7 archive and museum partners, aims to support more inclusive teaching of UK history in schools. And lastly, Alex Milne, who graduated last year, has been selected to develop her novel in progress, The Meow Woman, with publishers Hachette and David Hyam Associates, as part of their Grow Your Story scheme. You may think that today marks the end of your time at Royal Holloway and your relationship with us, but that isn't true. We want to continue sharing in your success and supporting you as you take the next steps in your career. Please keep us informed of your achievements. We'd love to hear your news, and your successes can inspire future students. You are and will remain part of our humanities school community. Your departments are incredibly proud of your achievements and will feel privileged to have played a small part in your journey. The heads of department and I look forward to celebrating your success today and meeting your families and supporters. They too have been instrumental in your academic journeys. On behalf of everyone in the School of Humanities, I offer you our very best wishes for the future and congratulations on your achievements. Make sure to celebrate this momentous occasion. It is now with great pleasure that we move to the presentation of the graduates. Please welcome the Head of Department of Classics, Professor Christos Kremidas.
Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I'd like to present graduates from the Department of Classics. For the award of Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Classics, Kelsey Saygraves. Maisie Gilchrist. For the award of Master of Research degrees from the Department of Classics, Jojo Hills. Daniel Pepin. Mia Enche. And that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Department of Classics.
It is now my great pleasure to welcome the Head of Department of English, Professor Adam Roberts.
Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I would like to present graduates from the Department of English. For the award of Master of Arts degrees from the Department of English, Estelle Allen. Chloe Bolton. Callum Brennan Osmond. Nicole Krennick. Alice Clark. Phoebe Cumber. Desmond Dearlove. Lindsay May Dearlove. Alexandra Dujiak. Edward Falls. Olivia Griffith. Jemima Hawkes. Kira Hales. Jolene Hill. Jocelyn Howarth. Jenny Howitt. Jodie Kelly. Sarah Leonard. Joanne Lowe. Fiona Morrison. Tobe Chukwu Awonbiko. Kyle Oroz. Sabrine Osobele. Serena Owusu. Lauren Partle. Abby Pillai. Hannah Pollard. Lewis Richmond. Ashley Rogers. Danielle Salvadori. Paul Sandhu. Rosa Clay Slade. Eden Shamora. Elena Timohina. Noshin Anjum Choudhury. Veronica Armanuas. Alina Ashraf. Sona Avitisian. Amy Blundell. Joelle Dungworth. Fiona Mary Francis. Maya Heiser. Amna Sohail. Shreya Bagchi. Erin Farloom. Anna Mason. Amanda McKean. Nora Peterson. Elizabeth Watson. For the award of the Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Department of English. With a thesis title of Transnational Comic Satire, Corporate Abuse in a Hyper-Globalized Age and the Footprint of Pathological Narcissism, critical component, and triple bottom line A novel, creative component, supervised by Professor Judith Hawley and Professor Nikita Lalwani, Carol Enahoru. With a thesis title of Sino-Science Fiction and Zoe Futurism, Writing Rationality and Culture, supervised by myself, Professor Adam Roberts, Yen Ui. That concludes the presentation of graduates from English. It is now my great pleasure to welcome the head of the Department of History, Dr. Robert Priest.
Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I'd like to present graduates from the Department of History. For the award of Master of Arts degrees from the Department of History. Simon Chaplin. Roy Pounder. Awarded the Olwen Houghton Prize for the best overall performance in MA History, May Brooker. Michael Finch. Louise Margetts. Jessica Marjoram Dalby. Samuel Milgate. Algernon Rees. Lauren White. Eleanor Atherton. Ella Barron. Millie Bate. Hallie Conrad. Silvio Conte. Awarded the MA Public History Prize for the best overall performance, Adela Davis. Tommy Hanmer. Subhan Hay. Anna Henriksen Shea. Bethan Jeffries. Isabel King. Rachel Lawrence. Joanna Mapp. Will Overend. Hannah Pamplin. David Roberts. Carla Taralo. Jessica Wadley. Leah Wellbeloved. Maya Garg. Awarded the Joan Mervyn Hussey Prize in Byzantine Studies, Marta Nemegir. David Roots. Catherine Reimer. Laura Stewart. Awarded the Caroline Barron Prize for the best overall performance in MA Medieval Studies, Anharad Tapping. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Department of History, with a thesis title of The Politics of Community Building and Identity Formation, the Greek Diaspora of Egypt amongst Local, Regional, National and Colonial Settings, 1882 to 1922, supervised by Professor Dan Stone and Dr. Paris Chronakis, Georgios Argentopoulos. With a thesis title of How Did Concepts of Knightly Honour Influence Crusading from circa 1095 to circa 1291, supervised by Professor Jonathan Phillips, James Curry. with a thesis title of Social Mobility Through Marriage in London, 1743 to 1763, supervised by Dr. Nicola Phillips, Jeanette Holt. With a thesis title of Problems in Innovation in Education in Madrasas of Northern India and Kerala in the 19th and 20th centuries, supervised by Dr. Marcus Dexel and Professor Francis Robinson, Ismail Matari Porkanda. That concludes the presentation of graduands from history. That concludes the presentation of graduands at this ceremony. With great pleasure, we now like to welcome our talented student performer to the stage. Please welcome Jia In Hong, who will be performing Pippa Serenading Winter for us all today.
Thank you to Jayin for that fantastic performance. I now have the tremendous honour of introducing our student orator, who is going to deliver a speech on behalf of all of those whose achievements we are celebrating here today. So please welcome back Bethany Jeffries.
Thank you, Julie. Good afternoon, friends, family, academic staff, and most importantly, my fellow graduates. And everyone graduating here today, I want to say a huge congratulations, and to everyone who will go on to graduate this week. We should all be so proud of what we've achieved and what we will continue to achieve as graduates. When I first joined Royal Holloway in 2020, I never imagined that I would study history with as much passion and drive as I have over the past year. Today is a celebration of all of our hard work, a mark of our dedication to specialist subjects that inspire innovation and drive us towards excellence. Many of us here today have spent our formative years here at Royal Holloway. We've grown, we've learned, and we've formed lifelong friendships. But whether you've been here for 1 year or 4 or more, Royal Holloway has undoubtedly played a role in shaping who you are today. It has provided us with the knowledge, skills, and support to navigate our academic and personal journeys. When studying here for my undergraduate degree, I lacked a lot of confidence in the classroom. I tried my absolute hardest to avoid speaking in seminars and often felt like I didn't have as much knowledge as my peers. Online classes made it easier for me to blend into the background and get by without asking for help or admitting when I was struggling with something. In my final year, when I began working on my dissertation, supervised by the incredible Dr. Stella Moss, I began to understand the importance of speaking up and speaking out. I attended my first ever office hours and could not believe that I'd been missing out on enriching conversations with my professors. It was during these discussions that I realized the immense value of seeking guidance and support in my studies. Not only did Dr. Moss supervise my undergraduate degree with such encouragement and enthusiasm, but time and time again offered an ear to listen, a catch-up over coffee, and the space for me to breathe when I was feeling overwhelmed. Inspired by her belief in me and my newfound belief in myself, I decided to pursue my master's in public history, and I will forever be grateful to her for her transformative impact on my academic path. In this past year, I have truly experienced the depth of exploring my interests, surrounded by like-minded individuals and always seeking guidance from my academics. In our first seminar for our core module, Pathways to the Past, Dr. Matthew Smith said that in being a public historian, you do not always get to work on your passion projects. So if there was ever a time to do it, that time was now. And that's exactly what I did. Inspired by my nanny Pat, who was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I decided to create a nostalgic reminiscence podcast called Beside the Seaside. It was aimed at living with those living with dementia. The podcast shared memories from those who lived and holidayed by the seaside. By pursuing this project, I was offered a number of opportunities, such as visiting a care home in Devon to showcase the podcast, and even featuring on the radio with my own segment on holidaying by the sea in the 50s and 60s. My podcast and the opportunities that came along with it are the main reasons why I've even had the confidence to stand up here today. Not only did it mean that I found comfort in my own voice, despite listening to it over and over again, but I was lucky enough to have Dr. Smith share the same passion for my project as I did, and for that I thank him sincerely for supervising it. Completing a master's degree requires an immense amount of resilience, dedication, and enthusiasm. We've all been incredibly lucky to have the opportunity to pursue our own passion projects that we may not otherwise get to do in the working world. And for that, I'd like to extend my gratitude to our academic staff. We would not be able to fulfill our potential without you. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognise the people closest to me that have provided endless support on this part of my journey. The friends that I've made at Royal Holloway have a special place in my heart. From 3 years of competitive hip-hop with the most talented group of female dancers, to quiet afternoons in the library with my close circle. I cannot thank you enough for being part of the best 4 years of my life. Mum and Dad, thank you so much for cheering me on at every hurdle, for picking up the phone every single day, and for listening to me talk for hours about the importance of the presence of women in public houses in the interwar period, a subject that I am extremely passionate about. My poor dad has helped me move into 5 different houses in Egham, and my mum was definitely 99% of the listenership for my podcast. Without you, none of this would be possible. As we celebrate this milestone together, let us remember that our journey is far from over. We must carry with us the knowledge and experiences gained at Royal Holloway and use them to make a positive impact. I will always look back with kindness at the girl that I was when I joined Royal Holloway, but I look forward with an immense amount of pride to the woman that I am today and the woman that Royal Holloway has made me. Congratulations, class of 2024, and thank you to everyone who has contributed to our success.
Thank you to Bethany. That's really wonderful sharing your experience with us. It's a great achievement to be chosen to deliver the student oration, but they always do us very proud. Well done. I'd also like to ask you to share with me in taking this opportunity to thank our wonderful student musicians here who've been playing so beautifully for you. Nicole Ewan, Laura Field, and Nauki Assel. And perhaps before I try to follow the student orator and say a few words to conclude the ceremony, can I invite our graduates, for you now are officially graduates, to have your chance to applaud and perhaps to whoop if you wish, but to thank all of your guests here, your supporters, whether they're with us or not. Give them a big cheer and a thank you. Graduates, it's our absolute delight to all be here with you to celebrate your fantastic achievements and the journey that you've taken so far. And we genuinely hope that all of you have loved being here at Royal Holloway. We've certainly loved having you with us. As I'm looking over at you, many of you still proudly clutching your scrolls, I'm feeling the import of this moment, knowing how much you've learned, changed, adapted and managed during your period of studies here and whatever you have to come. We've heard so much, and I've heard so much, sometimes directly from you, about what a joy it is to be part of an academic community here. Those who have the privilege and pleasure to be your lecturers, your tutors, your supervisors, your advisors, the technicians who support in labs and studios across this amazing university, the professional services team who have been your point of contact and who advise on so much, they all continually just praise how much amazing work you do. We are celebrating with the School of Humanities, of course, students who bring vital, critical, curious and people-centred thinking to society, and we need this thinking more than ever. You will help us to make sense of the world ahead, and you will challenge it and you will shape it. And that's important to us, being a university of social purpose. That's part of the vision of Royal Holloway, and it's what makes work here so vital. Focusing on global challenges, bringing positive, solutions-based, critical, creative, scientific skills to tackling those challenges is the heart of our research and our learning opportunities and the research-infused curriculum we're rightly proud of. But students, you've certainly inspired me, colleagues and each other to embody this purpose, to do good in the world, to make education work for the benefit of others, whatever your discipline or training, whatever your focus of research and whatever your aspirations for the years ahead. And I see how instinctive it is for you as Royal Holloway students to use your time and your talents to make positive change and to support each other in the process of doing so. And let me tell you just how special that is, because the world needs you at this time. When I recognise that everything from geopolitics to climate change is a source of volatility and anxiety and concern, it's easy to feel weighed down by that burden of expectation and by the sense of a complex future. But I hope actually you'll feel excited and energised today to take our collective and collectively created RH 2030's values of being daring, of being open, respectful and innovative out into the world, whatever sector or country you see yourself working and settling in the future, and using those values to make sense of complex times and to do good things. The writer David Armand's most recent book was described as capturing a world that is shambolic but beautiful, tentative but brave. And those are amazingly textured and generative adjectives, but ones that I think capture the challenge, but also the opportunity of those bright futures that you symbolically hold now in your hands. So you take a part of us with you wherever you go, and whatever you do, I hope you'll feel able to pay forward the remarkable legacy that we have all inherited from our forebear colleges, from Royal Holloway and from Bedford, who was so inspirational in the space of inclusive education and research. You're certainly our best advocates and ambassadors, and we couldn't be prouder. We talk here at Royal Holloway about being together for what matters, and your work and your engagement with our community have mattered and will continue to matter. You are joining a phenomenal global network and Royal Holloway community of global social purpose. So I'll steal the words of another American author this time, Richard Powers. The world is bigger, stronger, richer, and wilder than any of us have the right to ask for. But make the most of that complex but beautiful world. Make the most of what that makes possible and look after each other as you do so. Stay in touch, because we have no doubt you have great stories to tell us in the future. The transformative power of education comes with a responsibility to use it wisely and to use it bravely and to use it kindly. Through your hard work, you've opened doors that might have seemed impossible, perhaps even invisible before. Hold open those doors for others and actively try to take others with you. It's your future to forge, and do it at your own pace and in your own way. There are just so many possibilities out there, but please know we're always here for you when things seem to temporarily fall apart, as well as on the days when they fall miraculously into place. I know you will be there for each other, together for what matters. Shoot for the moon, because sometimes you really do land among the stars. We here are immensely proud of everything you've achieved to date and all that you will achieve. Enjoy every minute of today. Thank you to the amazing families, supporters, friends, loved ones who are part of what we are celebrating. So, class of 2024, go forward with hope and confidence. Do amazing, surprising, and brilliant things. And take care, because we wish all of you all the light and luck and love in the world. Thank you. Thank you. We so hope you've enjoyed this ceremony. So finally, if you feel comfortable doing so, could I ask you now to please stand for the recession?